It is forbidden to return. Harry naively returned to Britain alone while Meghan was banished forever. Hello and welcome to the Princess Diana News YouTube channel. A royal source has claimed that Harry and Meghan are not welcome in Britain. It is clear that Meghan is not welcome in Britain, neither is her husband Prince Harry. Despite their alleged efforts to bridge the gap with the monarch, as we all know, they brought destruction to the family itself, because as we all know, they moved. They reportedly needed more privacy after stepping back from their roles as senior royals more than 3 years ago. You couldn't stay and work for someone else because that's who he is. Meghan knows what she wants to talk about. She knew that she would not listen to anyone. As for Meghan Markle, there is currently no way to restore Meghan's relationship with the royal family. It would also explain why royal social media accounts didn't remember her on her birthday. She was ignored, given the cold shoulder, and I'm sure it was humiliating and embarrassing for her. Since Meghan Markle lives in a fantasy world, she believes everyone likes her. However, you can't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. To refuse to acknowledge someone one knows is essentially to refuse, and this seems to be the desire of most people in Britain today. The timing of his birthday was no coincidence, and many believe that all his past escapades and exploits after Matt damaged relations with the king beyond repair, with outsiders and pariahs like Meghan, were ignored by his father-in-law because he refused to recognize him on his birthday. It's a denial, it's a disappointment, and we can attribute this rebuke to the fact that he has criticized and attacked the royal family on several occasions. Too much damage has already been done. There will never be real reconciliation or peace between Meghan and the rest of the family. In any case, there is no will to leave the conflict and just forgive and forget. And I understand that removing the estranged siblings from the royal family website and stripping them of staff status also confirmed that they are pariahs. Therefore, it seems that they are essentially a wandering people in exile. They are rejected from home and also rejected by everyone in society. The deep cuts inflicted by the ongoing feud definitely make the prospects of reconciliation with Meghan seem incredibly distant, if not impossible, but she only has herself to blame for being rejected because she is undesirable, and she seemed that way because she bashed and trashed the royal family in that interview 2021 and afterward in that multi-part docu-series of Netflix. It all culminated with the release of Spare in January, and I know it was Harry's book, but she had her fingerprints all over it, so Meghan has created it and also contributed to her own redundancy. You can call or whatever you want to outcast, outsider, refugee, castaway. Cast-off factor deserter. Meghan is the renegade rebel. She's a maverick who decided to throw her own family under the bus. So of course she's going to be a social outcast. That he is certainly not welcome in Britain, and therefore he is persona non grata. He just didn't want to be on British soil, plus he's a huge hypocrite. I mean, their bad behavior sends the wrong signal. She tries to convince everyone that she is an honest woman, when she is not. She is a liar, she is moral. He is mean, and the truth is most people don't like hypocrites, not that they hate them because no one likes to be lied to. Hypocrites are so uncomfortable because they pretend they're all high and mighty, so moral hypocrites want to get on that pedestal and preach what's right to everyone. But all this is just a farce of science. They have no real belief system. They are worthless because their behavior is completely at odds with what comes out of their mouths. Meghan is a hypocrite and a charlatan through and through. He is a fraud. He is also an evil tyrant. He likes to tear people down and preach against it at the same time. We may have thought that bullying was a bigger problem for children, but it turns out we couldn't be more wrong. He is a tyrant. She intimidated and tortured her employees and abused children as young as 3. What an adult wants to oppress a child, turn on the heater and step on his feet, not a delicate duchess at all. Meghan Markle is a dragon, and she is a menace to anyone who comes near her. She portrayed herself as a philanthropist and humanitarian, but she did nothing to help the poor, the less fortunate, and her generosity didn't even extend to helping her own family. Now, Meghan is trying to present herself to the tabloids as a good Samaritan, a saint, a bleeding heart and a helpful hand, but Meghan Markle has no empathy. She has no empathy for others, she's just very self-centered and likes to make the world think she lacks kindness, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Meghan Markle is no philanthropist. She is very selfish. She wasted. He is fiery and pretentious. She claims to care about animal rights and animal welfare, but abandoned her rescue dog. His name was mixed race and he had adopted him years before he met Harry. He thought he was not important. Animals have feelings and emotions. You know I have cats and I'm sure you have your pets too, you know we are their world. They love us madly. Meghan selfishly kept Bogart in Canada on purpose, saying he wouldn't fucking get along with Harry. Well, I don't believe this story at all, and even if it were true, it might help the dogs. In this regard, we may be able to get some help for Harry. There are some good animal therapists who can do a great job of changing an animal's behavior when it has a problem, while intentionally abandoning an animal it's supposed to love. How ruthless, how cruel. After all the lies and slander they have made since they left the UK, they have the audacity to think so. All the bullying, all the machinations, all the demands they make in the UK to be able to come back anytime and take over like nothing happened. It just goes to show how arrogant they are and have a right to exist. Frankly, I'm a little shocked by all this. I mean, I shouldn't be doing this, but all the charity and good deeds and well-thought-out planning done by Whale and other family members doesn't look like much to Meghan and Harry compared to their own corny good. Service strength. Meghan and Harry talked haughtily about the same charities and projects they would be implementing. Nerd, boring, meaningless word. Meghan, heavy nonsense. Only hypocrisy screamed, because when we saw how they behaved, it was the opposite, and now they see the real plans. Well thought out plans and royal family success. The royal family knows how to do their job and they do it quietly. When you compare this to the empty promises in Meghan and Harry's big speech, you can see why they are so sad that they never compare. Meghan really believes that she can just walk around with that crooked smile and be loved and adored by everyone and talk a lot without showing off her lazy, demanding talents. What do you think about them? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you think my video helps, don't worry. I can share it with anyone who needs it. Please continue to support the Princess Diana News channel. Thank you very much for watching. Bye, we will answer you in the next video.